Hi Leo, this is Jen. I went ahead and pulled your cards for March. No specific date. Just when you see this, you can take it as it resonates. First card I pulled for you was Seven of Cups. Okay, lots of choices, but only one is ultimately going to work out. What I also got was not only choices, but a lot of things that need to get done. And I never got that from that card before because it's usually about different choices, like which one am I going to choose. But for some of you, very specifically, I almost got the feeling like, oh my God, there's so many things that I have to get done. And it could be that some of these things that you need to check off your list you don't really want to do. Some of them are tedious, some of them, they're scary, some of the there it's just a plethora of different things on your to-do list that you just would rather not have to deal with. But for another group of you, it could just be so many different options that you have to choose from. And you're kind of just like, okay, where do I go? What do I choose? Okay. So that's your current energy right now. What's working in your favor, though, beautifully? The High Priestess. Okay. And what better than the High Priestess when you have to make these different decisions and have all these different options? Having the High Priestess crowning you and helping you and being coming into your energy is wonderful because it allows you to tap into your intuition, especially if these are pressing options and choices and things that you have to do. You don't want to rush them, right? You want to make sure that you make the correct choice, and what better way to do that than tapping into your intuition? The High Priestess, I also when I think of the High Priestess, I think of, 11 because the two pillars. I also think of spiritual guidance as well. Okay, so if it's not you tapping into your intuition, you're definitely being spiritually guided. For some of you, this could be someone who passed on, or it could be someone, yeah, someone in spirit that passed on that's helping you make these decisions. If it's not you intuitively tapping in, like, okay, which one do I choose? What do I choose? For some of you, you could be seeing 11 or 1111 as well. But what I would say is definitely utilize this energy as best as possible, especially now with all these options and all these things that need to be done and all these choices. Definitely tap into it as best as you can. If you can't tap into it, don't worry about it because I get a strong sense that there's a spiritual presence with you that's guiding you however way it goes. So even if you don't tap into it on a conscious level, subconsciously, I feel like for some of you, you're going to be seeing synchronicities. You're going to be nudged towards the correct path, so to speak. Okay, it's gonna be like, okay, this is, you're gonna see one sign and then you're gonna see another sign, and it's gonna be like, okay, this isn't a coincidence. Okay, and that's for some of you. For others of you, like I said, if you tap in intuitively, meditating, things of that nature, whatever choice that you need to make will ultimately come to you. Okay, where this is coming from is the Two of Pentacles. So I think for a while you guys been juggling with something. Pentacles have to do with, material things of that nature. I also like to apply it towards spiritual as well. You could have been juggling something in the past, whether it's your money, career, finances, or just your own spirituality, tapping in, just really weighing out the options and the pros and cons. I think this kind of spilled over into the current energy. So this was something that came from the past where maybe before it was just one or two choices, and now there's more choices that need to be made. Okay, you were already juggling two different things, and now either you're juggling more, or now it's come to the point where you have to make a decision. Okay, you might have narrowed it down. Yeah, I kind of get that for some of you. You narrowed it down to one or two, but then with that one, there's like, okay, these different options, so to speak, if that makes sense. But it's definitely, there was some balancing out that needed to do, some checks and balances in the past, and it just spilled over into the current energy where now I think there's another choice that needs to be made, but there's more options that come to it, if that makes any sense, or just more things that need to be done. Maybe you made a choice, but then with that choice, all these things need to be done now, okay, in order to fulfill it. What's working against you is Ace of Cups. And you know, Ace of Cups is a beautiful card overall, but with it working against you, for some of you, I get if someone is offering you help or offering assistance or just opening up their heart to you, I think for some of you, you're kind of like, no. And with it working against you, I would say if you need the help, take it. You know, if you have it under control and you don't want any help, or you're kind of shut down, that's what I get. Like you're shut down. Your heart space is closed with this. And we'll tap in and see exactly where this is coming from. But I kind of get that for some of you, this is something that you want to work out by yourself. I'm definitely getting heavy heart heart chakra, like it's closed. You know, it's like no emotion, no feeling. This is something that I have to think logically. I'm surprised I don't see any air energy here. Or it could just be maybe that you feel like, you know, I don't want any outside influences helping me with this. You know, I don't want any help with this. I don't want your advice with this. I don't want, you know, I don't want your opinion on this. And that's fine. But with it working against you, if you really feel like you need some help, if someone is really coming from a really good heart space, accept the help. It's okay. You know, you don't have to be so closed up. And this can be someone that can actually help you further. Maybe you're already on the right track, or you already narrowed down, or maybe with that to-do list, it might be good to kind of delegate some tasks to just kind of take that pressure off as well, okay? I wouldn't completely say shut everyone out. Like I said, with it working against you, you definitely have your heart space closed right now with whatever situation this is. But I would just say if you can just make a little bit of room for the people that just really want to be there for you, that's okay. But ultimately, it's free will. It's one of the strongest laws in the universe. So you can absolutely do whatever you want. If you feel like you can't trust anyone to help you with this, that's absolutely fine, because what you have coming towards you is the Magician, and the Magician makes his own way, okay? I think where this is going, and this is one of many ways this can go, especially with the Outlook card. This is just one of many. I can pull cards for days. But with the current energy, I think for some of you, you're taking matters into your own hands. You're like, you know what? Screw all this. I'm going to make my own decision. How about I rip this to-do list up and I create my own, you know, or I figure out I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. You know, I kind of get for some of you, you're gonna pave your own way. It's almost giving like making your own rules. um, what's that saying? Dancing to the beat of your own drum. Um, for some of you, this is very specific. I'm getting second opinion on something, whereas if you don't like the choices that are presented to you, you're getting a second opinion. You're taking it upon yourself to create and manifest what you want. It's kind of like, I'm kind of getting that you're given these options, but you're like, no, there has to be something else, and or another way. And maybe someone is like, no, there is no other way, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna make another way. Okay, and that's very Leo, right? Very strong, very assertive, very, you're not gonna tell me this is all there is. And if this is all there is, then I'm gonna find another way. So that's a heavy energy that I'm getting with this Magician card. It's kind of like you're not taking no for an answer, and you're paving your own way. If you don't, and this is just an example, if you don't have eggs, you're gonna get a chicken to lay you some eggs. It's like, I'm not taking no for an answer, okay? And if you don't have it, then I'll go and get it myself, or I'll make it myself. You know, that's the energy that I'm getting. So let's get some clarifiers here. I have the whoa. I have the Light Seers Tarot here. Let's get a clarifier for that Two of Pentacles. Where is this coming from? There was something you were juggling back and forth with in the past. And that was the beginning of whatever this current energy is. That was like the beginning stages. This, okay, what do I do? That was the decision, and now it's the kind of like the options. It was kind of like you were figuring things out here, and now everything's laid out on the table. And I kind of get the sense you're like, no, I don't like it, you know. And I think for some of you, maybe some people, family, friends, they're like, no, this is, you know, and you're like, no, and you're gonna kind of pave your own way. Where this is coming from, Six of Pentacles. Okay, so this is equal give and take. Yeah, this is something that you were kind of going back and forth with regarding some sort of equal give and take, whether it's like what you give in, what you put out, what you're receiving, what you're not getting. Very, very specific. For some of you, it could be, it was regarding something that either wasn't given to you or you were giving to someone else, corporation, whatever the case may be. Very heavy on reciprocity. Okay. And it ended up being narrowed down to, okay, now what choice do I have? It's still giving me choices though, with the Six of Pentacles. This was you you were trying to come up with a solution, but you wanted it to be fair. Okay, and I think that's where the Two of Pentacles was coming in when you were deciphering, because you're like, okay, I have to make a choice, but I want to make sure that this is a fair choice. I want to make sure that what I'm giving is also what I'm receiving. This could also have to do with you giving more than you possibly will be getting, and kind of saying, will that be beneficial for me if I give, knowing that this might be a risk to me as well. Okay, let's get a clarifier for the Seven of Cups and see. I still get the feeling of a to-do list, and obviously options. You have to make a choice, but it's like too many choices. Let's see, give me a clarifier for the Seven of Cups, Spirit. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Okay. Pages, Virgo energy, Taurus energy, Capricorn energy. Again, you still have no air here. You have Pentacles, so this definitely has to do with something of value. I won't specifically say money. It doesn't always have to do with money, but something of value. It can even be spiritual as well. With this choice you have to make, give me 1 second. This choice you have to make. Okay, so for a group of you, it could have to do with a child. Okay, because pages are about children. It could have to do with the earth sign as well, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. But also this could be you having to go back to the drawing table. Okay, pages are, you know, it's that learning stage. It's going back to the drawing board. It's starting from the beginning as well. Okay, so if this has to do with work, you're looking at it from a practical approach, and that's probably why your heart space is closed, because specifically Virgos are, well, earth signs in general are very practical. Okay, they really don't come from a space of emotions. They come from a place of practicality, logic, what makes sense in this instance. Okay, and that's really where that's really what I get with the Page of Pentacles. You're really coming from it from a, and it could be something that you really don't know too much about, but you know enough to know that this isn't all there is. You know, this might not be my area of expertise, but I know it has to be something else to this. It has to be another piece of the puzzle, or there has to be another option with this. That's what I'm getting. It also could just literally be a message from a child or an earth sign as well, because pages are about messages coming in. Let me get a clarifier regarding that Ace of Cups as well. Give me a clarifier for that Ace of Cups. Okay. Seven of Swords. Yeah, you don't trust anyone. Seven of Swords is about trickery, theft, deception. You're like, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it, and I don't trust it. That's what I get, okay? But again, it's gonna work against you, you know? Seven of Swords is about things being done in the dark, things being done in secret, you know, things like sneaky. But I think and this is the first air energy that comes out, I think it's all in your head. I think whatever decision this is, or whatever is being presented to you, I think that you want to have so much control over it that you won't allow room for anyone else to maybe sabotage it, or even try to have an opinion on it. And if they do try to sway you towards a way that doesn't make sense, you're kind of like, nope, you're out. It's kind of like that. Even a little bit of stubbornness as well, but I get it. You know, you want to be able to make your own choices. And again, with the Magician, maybe that is warranted, but it is working against you. Okay, if someone comes in trying to offer help, it's not coming from a bad place. If anything else, if you don't want to accept the help from anyone else, or you think everyone's working against you, or you just don't trust it, that's fine. But if nothing else, you know, it's just it's all in your head, and I get it. And you just want to do things your way, especially with the High Priestess. You want to do this your way. You don't want any help with this. Let's pull a Akashic Record card here to close this out. That's what I have for you. However way it goes, it looks like you're going to take matters into your own hands, however this plays out. And it's going to definitely work in your favor. I mean, with the Magician, you're going to manifest what you want, and it's going to be done by your hands, okay? But you really use that High Priestess energy to tap in. Like I said, if it's not from a conscious level, subconsciously, you have some spiritual guidance, someone in spirit helping you as well, okay? Let's get a Akashic Record to close this out. Give me one, Spirit. I just need one. Okay, thank you. Okay. I have enabling and I have healing. Let's see what that's about. Enabling. There is someone you're helping, or are you? In reality, you may be enabling them to continue in negative patterns and never take full responsibility for themselves. Step back and let things play out. Okay, well, that might make sense why you don't trust anyone and you have your heart space closed. Also, healing. Your body, mind, and soul are in a period of deep healing right now. You're going through many transformations at once, and you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing you need with open arms and an open heart. Okay, so I understand where there could be a situation where there is someone that you just don't trust, but it doesn't mean to shut everyone out. I think this is a situation, whatever it is, Leo, it's very, it requires a tedious approach, and it's also not a serious situation, but it's serious to you. That's what I'm getting. It's a serious matter. It's like, I don't want to, for some of you, it's like, I don't want to play around with my life. I don't want to play around with my job, my livelihood. This is something that requires really, really, really strong attention, and it's like you don't want to leave room for any mistakes. And before you allow anyone else to come in and maybe sabotage that for you, you're kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to do it myself, and you're going to get great results, okay? But if there is people around you that want to help you, even if it's just from a distance, or, you know, just just being there for support. You can allow that as well, okay? So that's what I have for you, Leo. Like, comment, and subscribe if this message resonates. And until next time, take care.